You know me, gotta be thematic, leather jacket, because Wolverine wears one. You know what else Wolverine has? Claws! The Wolverine. Butter knife claws do still look better than the ones in X-Men Origins Wolverine. So the Wolverine stars Wolverine, played by Hugh Jackman. If you don't know who Wolverine is, that's weird, but I'll explain it. He's Wolverine, you know, the X-Men character. He's still played by Hugh Jackman. He's still a badass, and now he has his own standalone movie, the first one ever, because another one never ever happened. Ever. Alright, it happened, but I'm gonna stop talking about that. But this is a new adventure, and they're really taking this one seriously. They're like, okay, we'll make this one right. And of the X-Men-ish movies, this is the newest one. If you line them all up chronologically speaking, this is the newest one. It takes place after X-Men 3. And Wolverine's in Japan because back when Nagasaki got wasted in World War II, he saved a guy's life. And now that guy, he's an old guy and he's a somebody. This dude is rich as hell, and before he dies, he wants to give Wolverine a chance to, well, die. Really, that's what Wolverine wants. He's like, you know, I get it. A long life, it can be a curse. I can take away your mutant power so you don't heal anymore and you can just go ahead and live a normal life and die happy. Through a series of circumstances, this ends up happening to Wolverine. Now Wolverine is mortal and still has adamantium, which I'm sure would just render him useless on the ground because he's like, I can't move because the adamantium's too heavy. But we suspend disbelief because this is the X-Men universe and we're supposed to. And I can do that if the movie's actually good. Is it good? It's actually pretty cool. I really dug this movie. First of all, Hugh Jackman still kicks ass as Wolverine. When Hugh Jackman officially becomes too old to be Wolverine, I'm gonna cry a little inside and a lot outside. That'll be a sad day, but for now, he's still Wolverine and he will be for years to come as far as I'm concerned. The premise is really cool too. It's cool to see Wolverine just be he's at his lowest low here. He has seen a lot of death and destruction. People have died because of him. People have died that he cares about. So he's just like, I want it to end. Can it end? And now he has an out. Now it can end. But in that situational circumstance, he's a soldier. So he's like, I still gotta keep fighting. It's just a cool story arc for Wolverine. It's what I wanted out of this movie. It's what I got out of this movie. And there's a cool romance that builds with Wolverine and this one chick, and there's some hot chicks in this movie. There are some hot chicks in this movie. Some good, some evil. Viper's pretty hot though. I'm just being real. The action sequences were pretty cool. Like, some of them were awesome, and some I was like, all right, shaky cam. Stop it. The scene on the train, you know, when they're on the top of the train and they're fighting and they're jumping in the trailer, I was like, that's gonna be the cheesiest part of the movie. It was actually the coolest action sequence in the entire movie. At least it was for me. I thought it was awesome. It was just really intense and it was really fast, and when things got hit, people got hit hard. But when people are running from other people and they're shooting at people and Wolverine's slicing people while they're running, of course the camera people are running, holding the camera, so they're like, yeah, perfect, Hugh Jackman, do it. There weren't a lot of shaky cam scenes in the movie, but the couple scenes that were shaky cam, they stand out in my mind, and I'm like, it's definitely points off. The movie was a bit predictable at a point. I was like, okay, this is what's gonna happen at the end here, and all right, that's what's happening right now. You know what I do hate though? Bone claws. I don't like them. I don't like bone claws. I don't like Wolverine having bone claws. I know it's all X-Men comic book lore, and he has bone claws in the comic books also at a point, but I didn't like it then either. You know, in X2, when Stryker's like, you were an animal then, you're an animal now, I just gave you claws. The bone claws kind of make it like, well, no, you didn't. I already had them. It's less efficient versions of them, but they were around. I don't like grade B claws made out of bone. That's just me. That's my preference though. But it's fine. A few flaws aside, I enjoyed the living shit out of this movie. This is the Wolverine. If you're a Wolverine fan, do it. And if you're an X-Men fan in general, also do it. And if you're a fan of movies that are cool and enjoyable and you want to see a cool summer movie, also do it. This was a solid attempt at giving Wolverine his own story, his own movie. And at first you're like, yeah, he already got his own movie and now they're doing it again. But this is like the legit shot at it. So it doesn't feel like overload. You're like, okay, you walk out of this movie going, oh, that's what I wanted the first time around. I will say, I will definitely buy the Wolverine on Blu-ray. Halfway through the credits, this movie does have a pretty cool extra scene in it, so stick around for that. All right, so the Wolverine, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.